My name's Jo, and I'm a volunteer with Maryhill Integration Network, and my governance role is that I am chair of the executive. We have 3 full-time staff, 1 part-time member of staff, and we have an executive committee which meets once a month and makes the overall decisions which influence the way that the organisation is run. The aim of Maryhill Integration Network, as the title suggests, is to integrate asylum seekers, refugees, migrants and members of the BME community into the host community. I do feel confident in my governance responsibilities, not because I'm very knowledgeable about these things, but because I'm surrounded by a wonderful team. There are people on the committee who've had years of experience of committee work. We have a treasurer who's 80 and going strong, and an ex-secretary who has been the convener of the Labour group on the council. So they're the sort of people who can keep all of us straight as to what our roles and responsibilities are and how we have to do things. In a governance role, the skills that one needs, I think, are organisational skills, interpersonal skills, and a certain amount of confidence, the ability to stand up and speak without being worried by it. But I think more than skills, what I should emphasise is that what one needs is a good team around one, a good team on the committee and a good team of wonderful staff. That makes a governance role very easy. Community empowerment means quite a lot to me. I think it's part of what we are definitely about, that we have tried very hard to bring members of the local community into our activities, and in that we've been quite successful. And I think, rather sadly, this year our involvement with the community has got rather closer because of the birth of food banks. We now work very closely with the Maryhill Food Bank and are handing out vouchers to people so that they can go to the food bank and pick up food. And this, I think, has cemented us a little closer with the community. Also, the community garden is used by quite a lot of community groups. The parenting group, Head Start, a local home for disabled people, bring their people in wheelchairs over to the garden. Yes, indeed, I would agree that volunteers have a strong role in community involvement, and I thought that David Cameron's idea of the big society was just a good way of not paying people and getting more volunteers to do the work. But it is true that volunteers can do an enormous lot within a community to empower people within the community to do things that they never thought they would do. And we have several examples of people, even on our executive committee, who are doing things that they perhaps never thought they would do. I do feel that my role supports the empowerment of the community, and I do think that is a growth area. It's an area on which we are working in many, many different ways, and that is not so much perhaps an executive role as it is a staff role. Yes, I think I do feel empowered in my role. I think that I'd already had a lot of experience in my life where I had empowering roles, but I think everything that you do contributes to your own personal empowerment, your confidence and your enjoyment of your life and your role as a volunteer. I would encourage people to take on governance roles. I think some people are nervous of doing so because they feel they haven't had the experience or the confidence. But most people rise to a challenge, and I think we have a huge well of untapped talent in our communities.